current value of the dollar, do you think it's declined too much?
No, I think it's great. I mean, the value of the dollar. Look at the business we're doing. No, dollar's doing great.
You want to see it decline?
You know, it's very interesting. If you look at China and Japan, I used to fight like hell with them because they always wanted to devalue their yen. You know that? The yen and the yuan. And they'd always want to devalue it. They devalue. And I said, not fair that you devalue because it's hard to compete when they devalue. But they always fought, no, our dollar's very good.
How do you think about crypto versus any other kind of investment for the average American family out there?
Well, Andrew, a lot of people are already exposed to crypto and other sorts of assets like that through their pension funds, and because they're managed by professional managers in those pension funds. So we're talking about the 401ks now, where I mean, we have to do things with respect to the different markets very carefully. We're focused right now on private securities, private equity funds, and things like that, where again, a lot of people are already exposed to those in their managed pension funds, and so we're looking to allow people to have access to those through the 401k, through the professional management
tried to kill me. Wallstreet tried to bury me.
Allowed into the funds, the trustees.
God had another plan.
Those funds, but I think the time is right to move
Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here. Hope you are doing well. Man, I am so blessed to have you tuning in for another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. It's our midweek show. If you haven't had a chance, feel free to like and subscribe our Rumble channel as well as our YouTube channel and Spotify. And you can basically watch any episode there for the past 4 years. I really appreciate you just tuning in. For those of you that are new, our podcast is all about faith, fitness, and finance. As a retirement planner, I'm very passionate about making sure your retirement is secure, not just from market risk. I'll repeat that. I'm very passionate about helping and educating you, not just from market risk. Everybody talks about market risk. Oh, the stock market, this, the dollar's crashing, and what's going to happen to our money when the bank failures happen. All the noise. And all this actually does, it creates a FUD, a fear, a certainty, and doubt. In reality, everybody has been extremely heavy. The FUD is real, especially in the evangelical Christian community. I wanted to share a verse in my devotion the other day. I had Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who are labor and who are heavy and laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I don't know how many of you have been having the weight of the pressures. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you can't pay the bills. Maybe there's cancer. Maybe there's sin in your life. Maybe there's some strongholds. But I just thought this verse was amazing. Don't you feel sometimes you can't get enough rest, even when you do have the rest? And if that's you, all you gotta do is just close your eyes, say a prayer, and literally just say some scriptures around this. And Isaiah 43 says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. Isaiah 43:2. You see, it doesn't matter what show this network is on. This podcast is not about hate. This podcast is actually not even about a ethnicity group that controls the whole world. Because it doesn't matter who controls the whole world, because we know how this story ends. There is no point, let me say this clearly, there is no point in going down the rabbit hole of who is controlling this whole world. You are wasting your God-given time. You see, Satan wants you to keep on fighting. He wants you to expose, quote unquote, darkness and be on the loop, the constant loop of Hey, who killed Charlie Kirk? Who did this? Who did that? And what is actually happening is you're detracting from your time from God. You are detracting from your God-given alignment with the Holy Spirit. And you become this person that idolizes information. And so let us not be that type. I used to get like that with the financial worlds of things, the financial markets. Like, hey, man, why did they do this? Oh, I dive deep into it and find out, oh, man, it's these people, and start pointing the finger. And this whole world is corrupt. Even the church is corrupt, man. Like, there is no perfect church out there. There is no perfect man. As long as man has access to the church, it's not going to be perfect. So I love the fact that we don't have to figure this all out. We just have to be a steward of what God has given us, not just financially, but from our temple. We got to take care of our temple. I'm going to be showing some cool new products and things and programs to help you lose weight and protect your body through some amazing things that are just out that we didn't have access to 20, 30 years ago. And now we do. We can live longer. We can feel better. We can be in a positive mood. We don't even have to leave our home. Just amazing things coming down the pipe. I'm just so excited to talk about them and have guests on the show that are specialized in biohacking and just all the things health related that many people don't even know about. Anyways, I just felt like the need to say, hey, let's quiet down the noise here. Like, we're talking about all this stuff and we're forgetting a lot of major things that really don't have anything to do with nothing. Like, even the president of the United States has nothing to do with your responsibilities. You understand that, right? So it's time to take responsibility, and you are responsible for your own destination. You're responsible for your financial situation, your home environment, pretty much everything. And guess what? You're responsible for knowing what is out there, to be aware. Like, God has told us, I've given you signs and you have done nothing. And good for you, you're watching this podcast. Not that I'm like current news or anything, but I do keep up with this stuff because I love it. But we have to understand that there's signs out there, guys. Mathematical signs, numerological signs. Chop it however you want to chop it. But yes, the Bible says that he's given us signs and we don't even know what to do with it because we're too passive. That's not you. I know it's not you, but that's what we got to be careful of. One of those things is silver. I want you guys to understand that silver is not just a commodity. It is industrial metal. It's also a financial pillar in the currency space. They will try to track, trace, and control this as much as they can. But there's also some weird stuff happening with silver. And I'm in a trading group, and these guys are already talking about shorting it. We'll take a look at ZSL. I know this is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts to short silver. And I'm not saying that, but I want to use it as a metric on when you should start selling or locking in some profits while silver is high. We're going to be talking about that here shortly. I'll bring up the charts. But more importantly, many people have called this week and they keep on calling. We love it. We want to help pretty much as many people as we can. And I will. My promise is to help pretty much anyone that calls. And if you have any questions about your retirement, all you got to do is give us a call, 813-448-3446. or visit us at cortezwm.com. If you like the Green Money Solutions, then you can go to greenmoneysolutions.com and look at all the different options. I will be updating that here shortly because there's some big bonus products, and we'll talk about the difference between growth and bonus and income. For those of you that are looking for contract law, principal protection out of the stock market, having a guarantee on your principal outside of the banks, outside of CBDC, these are programs that are literally helping Americans survive, keeping up with inflation without running out of money, having the ability to have a dollar for dollar reserve that does not cater to the banking system. And since these are insurance contracts with life insurance carriers, most states, they can't touch it because it's associated with your life. And we really enjoy these style of contracts because they grow with the index. They keep it simple. Most of the time, you can make 9% of the S&P 500 with a simple cap, or 50% participation rate on the S&P 500. And the hot one right now is the Nasdaq. And as we look at Nvidia, which is pushing the Nasdaq, we're going to show you that the Nasdaq is going to go crazy this year. But imagine getting 47% of the Nasdaq with no fees. We're going to be talking about that too. So many things are on the cusp right now. You just have to pick up the phone and give us a call. More importantly, I don't know if you have investments. If you got investments, you need to have an advisor that has access to the trading software, that understands trading, that understands momentum indices, that understands the probability of the standard deviations and how to achieve alpha with lower than standard deviations. Pretty much every sector of the market. Your advisor needs to understand when to pull in and pull out. And I've been doing this for going on 22 years now. And I'm confident. I am really confident I could do some shot calls on a market. I could reduce your risk, protect your principal, grow your asset, because this is all I've ever done for the past 22 years. And if I wasn't good at it, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be here at all. So I'm honored. I'm honored to help our God-fearing patriots. You know what's beautiful about us is that you don't even have to change your verbiage. You don't even have to squander around a big elephant. I get why you call. I understand your logic. You don't have to say, oh man, is this person down? Is this person based? Is this person voted for Biden? Is he a Kamala fan? Do you have to tiptoe and beat around the bush, so to speak? And you don't. Because that's not us. We're direct. We're America first. We're Jesus first. And we're just real. And honestly, I'm not here to cater to your feelings. I'm here to protect your principal. A lot of people don't like that, and that's okay. We don't need the business. We value it. We only want to work with God-fearing patriots. We get a lot of heat for that, and I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it because I'm not driven by money. I'm not driven by it. And I promise you, that is the case here. But yes, if you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. I'm really concerned about the big banks going to 2026. Is your principal taken care of? We will see the stock market go up. We'll see Nvidia go up. We'll still see silver continue to rise and gold breaking all new highs. It's not the problem here, man. The problem is when it comes down to liquidity. You guys remember when Facebook came out in IPO in 2012? I remember that. It shot up. It was around $38 and it went to $40 and it shot up to like 60 and people were trying to sell because they were so profitable and they couldn't. So you got in at 38 and it rose all the way up to like 70 plus and people doubled their money and they couldn't literally sell. I'm telling you, when silver comes on this parabolic short, I hope it never happens. But there's a huge difference between paper and physical. Huge difference. The paper will get manipulated all the way back down. The real silver will hold its value. Unfortunately, the physical is tied to the paper. Unless you could sell it directly to the physical exchange. So just be cautious, guys, is that there's a physical and then there's a paper. It's all different from demand, supply and demand. But most people will sell it on the paper levels. I don't want you to get hurt when it comes crashing down. Remember, the bro investors are talking all about silver. We were talking about silver a long time ago. Remember, I told you about the covenant process, have some precious metals, have some in green money, and have some in managed money. But here's a situation is that when you sell out of precious metals, it better be at an all-time high. Don't wait for it to come down because you and everybody's mama is going to be selling it and there's not enough buyers to create liquidity. So you won't be able to get out of it when it comes crashing down. This is like any commodities. You want to be able to sell when it's high and buy when it's low. I'm not saying sell all your silver. What I am saying is portion it, lock in some games. Maybe it's 20%. Maybe it's half and put other half in a safe money bucket, like a green money solution. This, again, is not investment advice or recommendation. I am a financial advisor, but everything on this podcast is meant for information, education purposes only. I am just not scared, but I am worried that many people are going to lose their butt on this. If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. Let's take a look at the charts real quick. All right, so this is spot price right now, guys. We are at 114. Holy smokes, this thing is ultra high. Crazy high, guys. Parabolic. This thing is going nuts. We are reaching an all-time high right now. It's about to hit 120. The average trade range on this is $6.83. The average trade range last week was over $5. Now it's moving closer to $7. So that means in one day it can move up $7. Now, if this continues, we have green traffic lights on a short, midterm, and long term. The volume bars are crazy. There is no sparkle of red here on our momentum index. My MACD is just off the charts. Fundamentally, there's nothing better scenario. There's not a better scenario for silver. The miners are running out. Mexico is getting into the silver game, and they're starting to sell their mining companies. There is just so much demand when it comes to military, AI, track, trace, control agenda, the bankings, anything with an on and off switch, from this camera to the electronic device you're watching this podcast on, has silver. Tons of silver. So it could, guys, it literally could go to 200 before summer. Like hitting, yeah. So, geez, it could move $6.83 for the next 30 days. I mean, that's not realistic. This is a weekly chart, by the way. Let me show you the daily. Look at this daily, man. $7 in one day. So on a weekly, it's 683, but on a daily, it can move over $7. The volatility index is at 16.3. When the stock market goes down, volatility index goes up. This bad boy is insane. You guys remember AGQ? This was 2 times silver. This is like unaffordable right now. When I was talking about, it was at 150. Now it's at 371. Do you guys remember that? Like, just, what was it? In November, I was trading it. Made 2,000%. Showed you the screenshot. It was over here at, no, it was around Christmas, was it? Yeah. It was in December. It's in December when I was talking about AGQ. I bought a call option right here. Close expiration. It cashed out around a few days later, right before Christmas. Boom. I should have bought the month one. I would have made a killing. But AGQ is huge, man. Again, not investment advice. It's just the ETF. If you're trying to trade silver, I would wait for it to cool off a little bit. You see my red momentum is dying off just a little. These are just daily movements. But we are going, this Bollinger Band here, we want to watch this because this is over a 200-day moving average. As this touches this Bollinger Band, it will come push down. And as this goes down, this is what's called a squeeze. So this Bollinger Band will turn like that, and this will go here. And if it continues to rise, it will just squeeze in here. And typically what happens, it will just drop. But what's interesting with silver is that we may not see the drop right now. It is a traded commodity. I just know how the banks work. I know everybody is partial to silver. I get it. I'm on team silver too. I'm not anti-silver. I love silver. I even told my dad to buy some. But what we must understand is that people get hurt at these levels. The banks love messing with y'all at these levels, especially with the media in it now. And the bro investors are just hyping it up like it's the next Nvidia. So be very, very cautious, guys. Another thing I want to show you, and this is not popular. I'm gonna get excommunicated for this. This is something that I want you to look at. This is the opposite of silver. So when it does go down, this is going to skyrocket. This is only at $1.36 right now. This is the opposite of AGQ. So when silver goes down, if you want to protect yourself, one thing you could do to protect yourself from the silver crash, if it ever happens, is you can buy ZSL. ZSL would be a hedge. This is not a long-term play, guys. You only buy this when silver goes down. I'll be keeping an eye on it, but this would be a massive, massive opportunity for someone that that wants to make money on the downside. So I will be trading this as soon as silver goes down and I start to see green here. Boy, you better watch yourself, man. There's going to be $1 million made right here. There's going to be millionaires on this trade. I promise you. They're going to buy some call options here. This thing probably will go down to like 75 cents because silver is going to go up. But here's the beautiful thing about this is that you can't get emotional about this, man. It is just a trade. You want to buy something when it's low. And when it hits an all-time stinking low, that's when you buy it. It doesn't matter about anything. It's technical analysis. It's common sense. When something goes this low, you buy it. Or if you have these puppies in your gun safe, you might want to take 10% out and just hedge the other 90. I know that sounds crazy, but look, I've been in this game, in this racket way too long to understand that this could literally just come crashing down. From a paper standpoint, the physical is completely different from the paper is what I'm getting at. So once I start to see this puppy, and typically what I'm telling you guys, let me zoom in a little bit. When that hits that Bollinger Band like it just did, these are based on moving averages. So it's going to look for let me go into a 1 hour. Once it hits this Bollinger Band, it's going to look for some type of bounce back like a bouncy ball. Notice the squeeze right here. And it went down. Notice that it's almost squeezing here. And so we want to be cautious here. Now this is a 30-minute. Still going down. That means silver's going up. But I just wanted to show you that there are tools in the event that silver does go down. You can protect yourself by buying this. Again, this is not investment advice. You will lose money on this in the short term, possibly long term. This is just a hedge. This is just a hedge. Do not invest in this if you are wanting to make money right now. I'm just saying, like, this would be something to look at if silver was to go down. I'm only using this as an indication of when silver will go down. Once this goes up, I know silver, and I start seeing some bars turn green here, and this starts to turn up. That means silver is going down. That might be a great entry point due to the fact of, look at this puppy. When silver was suppressed for all these years, this was at 54 at one point. Just in 24 alone. I mean, even higher than that. $96. So this is currently right now at $3.09. So I'm telling you guys, when silver goes down, you can buy this ETF for $3 right now. And this thing will skyrocket. People that are not listening and not taking proactive measures are going to get hurt. This is like it's like you're on a skateboard, right? And you're going down the hill. If you guys know anything about skateboarding, back in the day when you're athletic, what do you get? You get those speed wobbles, right? You remember those speed wobbles, and they become uncontrollable. Yeah, you're going fast and you're looking cool, but eventually you're going to lose control. And that's what the banks do. The price is so high right now, people can't even take it. But that momentum will come crashing down if we don't have full control. The way you grasp control is by hedging and taking profits now. I know it goes against your emotions, but financially, conceptually, it's a smart thing to do. Is, hey, we're at the blackjack table, man. Let's make some sense here. Absolutely make some sense here. Another chart I would like to talk about is Nvidia. So here's on a daily. So there's a death cross here, forming of a death cross. So we could see some slow negative results here. We have earnings coming out in late February, but I really think this is going to hit this Bollinger Band here and then boom, go up because of the squeeze. Remember that squeeze I was telling you about? All this will turn green. You see how this is coming back up, this momentum index. And we could see a little golden cross right after a death cross. So I'm predicting this is going to do pretty well. And once again, I am not a stock. I don't really like messing with stocks, but this one pushes the Nasdaq so much. It is such a huge thing to talk about, Nvidia. The other thing I wanted to say is SPXL. I really think this puppy is about to take off again, maybe a good 10%. My prediction, not investment advice, but right now we are at 227. Average trade range is about 647. That sounds familiar, almost close to 7 like silver. And so 227, around 231, we should start to see that hit a new top there. So we should see a price movement in the S&P 500. Pretty interesting, guys. As the news comes out, Nvidia will start to go up. Let's look at QQQ. Just doing an overall market update, guys. And I got a buy signal here on January 27th. So the day I'm recording this. So, yep. When I get a buy vertical bar, I mean, this is no joke, man. This sucker is going up, man. My baby software is on the money. Of course, it's not guarantees, and this is not investment advice, you guys. But I got a buy signal on my software. I mean, don't get any clearer than that. This sucker is going up. My analysis, again, my opinion. I'm not saying the G word. I'm not being promissory. This is for information, education purposes only. But yeah, the Nasdaq is going up, and that's on a daily. Let's go to our favorite pal, the TQQQ. Same type of pressure. We could be looking at. So right now it's at 58. Average trade range is $2 on this sucker. So we are at 56, 54. You'd probably be safe buying a call option at $58. Probably expensive, but yeah, I'll be looking at February. Actually, let me see something here. So yeah, I like the 58 call options on this one, but let me see how expensive they are. So I just have a basic call option. I like the $58 strike price. Now I'm just trying to figure out when will it hit. So you can do it January 30th, which is like literally tomorrow by the time you watch this, which would be too late. And plus we got the Fed announcement Wednesday. I wouldn't be trading anything right now this week. However, if you wanted to do something ballsy, you would get 64 cents on a contract that's expiring. Let's see here. Friday. I wouldn't recommend it. However, February 6th is close to expiration as well. $58, you can pick up $1.40. And let's just see where that leads to. And let's just say you did something small, like 10 contracts, $1,400. Let's just say, again, this is not investment advice. I'm just letting you know how powerful this is. Let's just say it went to $60. All right. So let's just say it broke $58 and we made a 47% rate of return. That's $660. But I think it could hit $59. That'll be $1,700, 124% rate of return. If it skyrockets by next Friday, it'd be $1,800 return. Again, it's not investment advice. This is a call option. The thing with call options is that if you buy something like this and it doesn't go to that strike price that we picked of it doesn't hit the strike price of $58, you would lose the $1,400. So there's so many things you can play around with it. Or a safer bet would just be buying the TQQQ ETF alone. And that would probably be better. Again, not investment advice. I'm just sharing this for information and fun educational purposes only, as I love trading options based on the current marketplace and the bro investors that fuel the market news. So yeah, pretty quite certain the Nasdaq is going to go up this next few days. And I think silver will get some type of shocking, spicy. It's going to be spicy on silver. Don't sleep on people saying, oh, the demand is so high, it'll never come down. Don't sleep on that, man. It is a commodity. Let me tell you, oil is a commodity. Oil is burned, stored, or sold. And if we look at crude oil, I'll show you the behavioral crude oil. So let's be prudent here, guys. Look at crude oil. Look how it just shot up right here back in June of 25, came right back down. Pan over to July. Look at the demand. The demand is insane for crude oil. It just shot up from $69 all the way up to $90 a barrel. You guys remember that back in July in the summer? And then it came right all the way down. It just came like in 1 month, it just collapsed. So be very careful. I know you think silver is unstoppable. Check this sucker out. Back in May of 2022, crude oil was at $66. It's off the chart. Literally, it just skyrocketed just like silver. It went to $130 a barrel. And then it came crashing right back down later that year. Boom, $76. It lost 70% of its value. I mean, geez. Don't let this happen to you guys. And crude oil has more demand than silver. Now, I know there are two different asset classes. I know that oil is consumed, sold, or stored, and it's not used in AI. And it's also silver has a financial component, a currency component, as well as industrial metal. I totally get all that. But what you have to understand, it's still traded in the commodities market, Chicago Board of Exchange, Mercantile Exchange. So the rules still apply here, guys. Another thing you want to understand is that the volatility index is creeping right back down. So that means the stock market is going up. You see how it just slowly gets in this channel here. And when it spiked, that means the stock market going down. But as it consolidates into this new range or channel, I would say, we will see the markets just somewhat calm down. And we're getting red traffic lights. So pretty interesting about what's about to happen. Fireworks going to happen Wednesday. I'm just saying. So yes, silver. Let's look at U.S. dollar real quick. U.S. dollar still going down, so silver will continue to rise. Whew. Man, that dollar looks terrible, guys. Look at that thing. Good gracious, it's terrible. So yeah, our dollar is weakening ever since they keep on printing money. And they haven't even really started printing money. Like what they're gonna do. If they can't put inflation down, and they're not, the Fed is probably not going to lower interest rates. They're going to keep everything the same, like I said in December. And the market's going to have mixed reactions. Trump is going to talk right after the Fed announcement, as well as a rate decision. So we got triple whammy. Let's go to our friends at Forex Factory and let's see what's in store for this week. Holy smokes. All right. So the Canadian markets have their monetary policy at 9:45 tomorrow morning. Oh, their overnight rate. U.S. crude oil inventory is not red folder. Okay. And then we have the Fed funds rate at 2 o'clock. FOMC statement. Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at 2 o'clock. And right after that, we have another press conference. I'm pretty sure President Trump is speaking. Or did I just hear that as a rumor? Yes. So the hot story, obviously, is Canada makes a deal with China, and it will immediately be hit with a 100% tariff. So we're back at the trade war again. If Governor Carney thinks he's going to make Canada a drop-off port for China to send goods and products into the U.S., he is solely mistaken. China will eat Canada alive, completely devour it, including the destruction of their businesses, social fabric, and general way of life. If Canada makes a deal with China, it will immediately be hit with a 100% tariff against all Canadian goods and products coming into the U.S. Thank you for attention to this matter. So pretty ballsy, man. A lot of geopolitical garbage going on, guys. And what I'm going to say is that at this time, it's a good time to have a safe money bucket because you don't know what's coming. It's like a missile, like you don't even know. And then your retirement gets hurt by political and geopolitical myths on top of social media risks. That was three major risks: political risk, geopolitical risk, and social media risk, four risk and market risk all at the same time. And you want to have your retirement in red money? Guys, it's time to protect your principal. There's so many stories I can talk about of clients literally getting hurt because of geopolitical, now social, interest rate risk, media risk, political risk. You name it, the markets are going to go up and down. And do not get complacent just because silver is going up. I'm a big fan of silver. I'm a big fan of it. I've been buying it since 17, and a lot of people have been buying it way before it was $17. I have a bunch of silver myself in my personal collection. I've been talking to my wife. Do you want to sell it? Do you want to pay off a chunk of our home, or do you want to pay off a car? Might be a good time to at least take 10% out, 15% out, or buy the ZSL and protect yourself on a downside if you don't want to sell. Or maybe buy a call option, 6 months, 12 months from now, just in case that silver goes down. They're going to try to manipulate it, man. I promise you that. And I really think they're going to fail, like the AMC and the GameStop. I don't think they'll be successful at it, but I want you guys, as a retirement planner, I want you guys to be cautious. Let's put our seatbelt on. I'm glad that you have silver. I'm glad that you have precious metals. It was never meant to be an investment. It was meant to be, for me, a bug out bag situation. It just happened to just explode. I think silver and gold will hit, silver will hit probably another 200% this year. I think it will hit $250 by year end. But you got to be smart about it, guys. I wouldn't buy a silver IRA or precious metals IRA. You don't own an IRA. The government does. And there is no guarantee that precious metals will continue to rise. Fundamentally, yes. But technically, I'm telling you, the gas will run out. It's not sustainable seeing that chart skyrocket that high. It is not sustainable. You will get the speed wobblers like the skateboard going down the hill. Be very, very careful. There's no need to speculate with your retirement. Remember, do not build your wealth hastily, like the Bible says. Seek counsel. Be smart about your retirement. Also, we've gotten a lot of calls about, hey, Carlos, you're looking good. Your weight looks great and your skin looks nice. And guys, I've been on this awesome water, AmericaFirstWater.com. Just go there. Go on a newsletter. My buddy Tim runs the whole deal. And this water is just amazing. They literally electrify the water and it creates a electrolysis. You can literally stick a lighter on the water tap and it sparks. So you have living water, actual electrified water going in your body, and you just feel alive. Arthritis is gone. Your blood pressure is better. The food tastes better that you cook with the water. You boil the food or boil your vegetables, whatever you cook with. My favorite thing is a tea. Like I've made tea live here with no heating element at all, because it just microclusters through. It penetrates everything. So this water goes right through your body. In Japan, every 1 out of 4 homes or households has this quote unquote medical device, because it takes all the fluorinated garbage, takes all the crap out of your water, and it becomes an amazing oasis of water that just hydrates your body. So if you're interested, go to AmericaFirstWater.com. If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify. I want you to have protection in your retirement. Option 4. A lot of people have given us calls about option 4. Yes, you need $75,000 to get a huge bonus of 29%. If you have less, no big deal. You're just not going to get a 29% bonus. You probably get a 21% bonus, depending on your state. What's neat about the Green Money Solution is that your principal is guaranteed. This is not in the stock market. It's not a security. You don't get a quarterly or monthly statement. It is an insurance contract backed with guarantees with an A-rated insurance company, and you will get a 29% bonus if it's over 75 grand, depending on your state. Not all states have it. California doesn't have it after 48. Missouri doesn't have it. Delaware doesn't have it. And Maryland does not have it. But things change. Give us a call. We got to make a suitability call anyway. It only takes 15 minutes, or fill out the form on greenmoneysolutions.com. You can go over there and fill it out, and let's just see it's the right product for you. Your principal is protected. The other downside is you only have access to 10% a year without penalty. But if this is for retirement, it works great with 401ks. It works great with IRAs. These are growth-oriented accounts. You can keep on adding to it and get a 29% bonus every single deposit, as long as it's over $500 on your subsequent deposits, your add-ons. You got to have 75K to start with, but you can add on to it as much as you want, literally for the next 3 years, and get a bonus. Now, this account typically will grow 3 to 6% annually. Not the biggest growth, but if you're planning on saving, there's nothing better in this account than having that guarantee of a bonus. These are typically 14-year contracts where you only have access to 10% without penalty for 14 years. You can cancel it with a surrender schedule if you want. But these are great long-term products for people that are looking to get ahead, or maybe you're just like behind on saving in your retirement, or maybe you just want to protect your principal from the banks. And why do you even have money in the banks, knowing that the banks are going to get murdered if they lower interest rates again? They don't even have your money in reserves. It's 0.74 typically is what the FDIC mandates them to carry these reserves. So less than 1%. So if you got 100 grand, they only got $780 on average for your 100 grand to say your money is backed up and FDIC stamped and approved, which you don't even own, by the way. You forfeit your money as soon as you deposit your money in the bank account. You forfeit your assets. If you read the disclosures that you sign, you typically have forfeited your assets to the bank. You don't even own it. You can't even get your money out if the bank is insolvent. The bank allows you to withdraw the money if they are solvent enough. So get out of the stupid banks. I don't recommend it with your retirement. Oh, and by the way, the precious metals in your bank deposit, it's also theirs too. They could take everything in the bank. You don't own it. It's almost as dumb as having a precious metals IRA. Why in the world would you have the government find out in their own written contract, which is a individual retirement account issued by the federal government? Why in the world would you tell them, oh, I have it at Gold Star Trust in Texas, I have it in Delaware, or I have it in Montana? Why would you tell the government, hey, here's all my retirement, my precious metals, but you can't touch it? To me, it's the dumbest thing. By the way, all the growth that you have, you got to pay taxes on that sucker. It's in an IRA. Well, we need to do a Roth conversion. So if you have a precious metals IRA, give me a call. We can get a 29% bonus if it's right for you. And we can use that to help pay or offset the taxes that you owe on your IRA that you don't even know when you're going to pay it. Man, there's so much stuff I can show you. Tax strategies. We're going to be introducing estate planning here shortly. We're going to be offering wills and trusts. So those of you that are worried about, hey, when I pass away, is my family going to have access to my hard-earned money? Well, we're going to have a solution for that. I'm not an attorney, but I know a lot of attorneys. And now with all the AI and technology that we're able to deliver a whole service from Cortez Wealth Management that does wills and trust and estate planning. And you guys are going to be so excited. You're going to be so protected. You're going to be winning. You're going to be winning. Who else says that? Oh, man. I love it. I love it. Hey, so help us out, man. Go to getmeleanusa.com right now. Get you some amazing peptides. You can consume them. You can cancel anytime. They're not the cheapest, but they're American-born, American-made here in America. No junk, no fluff. Take this stuff. You'll feel strong. You'll feel great. Your mind will be at ease. You'll have a lot of tranquility at night, knowing that I'm getting the best sleep. And more importantly, they have products for guys like me that have ADHD that go all over the place. You can focus. You can have this focus stuff. My favorite drink is called the Fit. It's like an orange juice in the morning with more photosynthesis than creatine, 4 times, matter of fact. If you're on Ozempic or Mounjaro or semaglutide or trizepatide, you can drink this because it's natural, and you can lose your fat on your Ozempic and your semaglutide, but still build muscle with the Fit. The Fit, I believe, is like $80 or $90. If you subscribe, you get 10%. But just go to getmeleanusa.com. Get you a packet. If you don't like it, then cancel it. No big deal. I make a few bucks off of it. It supports the show. I'm not paying my bills with, believe me, I'm not paying my bills with it. All right. They're just a affiliate sponsor of our show, and we love them because they stand for the truth, and they love giving power to the American so that they can stay away from the nasty meds that are killing people. So with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Please help me out here. Go to Scriptures in Wall Street on Rumble as well as YouTube, and like and subscribe. You don't have to buy anything. Just like and subscribe. It helps promote the algorithms and the channel so that we can have a big 2026 so I can continue podcasting, because I love doing it and I love y'all, and you guys have been a blessing to me. And I will continue to give my opinion of the markets as well as some strategies. Of course, everything on this podcast is information and education purposes only. If you would like to book an appointment with us, go to CortezWM.com. We'll love to help you. We can look at your retirement. Let's get confident in our retirement, biblically, financially, and spiritually. God bless you guys, and I'll see you at the top.
Try to kill my dream, but the cross is my weapon and the truth is my team. Unapologetic, I won't bow, I won't hide. Latino blood.